Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Actors Area. I'm your host, Sean Grant. Happy New Year's if this is your first time hearing me of this year. Just got back this week, actually. And so anyway, Happy New Year to you. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season, but let's get right into it. Today's topic, and it comes down to let nothing hold you back. Let nothing hold you back. And so at the end of the day, it's important for us, I think, and the great thing for me, I feel like a lot of the things I teach are things that I need to reiterate, things that I need to know myself, and things that I feel like are just so very significant in my life if I'm going to continue to progress. And, you know, I feel like a lot of times we hold back because we're afraid to make mistakes. We hold back because we're afraid of what we might look like in front of somebody else. We hold back because we're afraid to think what people might think about us. But here's what you got to realize. When you're chasing, or better yet, not chase, let's say when you're embodying your dreams, when you're living the life that you're supposed to, you're on living life on purpose, basically, and you're doing everything possible that you need to do in order to watch things come alive for you. You shouldn't be ashamed to do anything it takes to make your progress manifests itself. It should just be automatic. But you know, we get so stuck in thinking that everything outside of us counts. And it doesn't. It's all about within. It's all about what you feel within yourself that makes the difference. And so I'll give you a bit of an example here. So I've been a writer for a long time, and I created a book called Prosperity Secrets: How to Live the Life of Your Dreams a few years back. And I self-published. I, went through a number of things to get it done. And I just love actually did really well with the selling of it. I just love the feeling it brought. But right after I self-published that book, I kept writing, but I didn't do anything else afterwards. And you know why? It was one comment from somebody. One comment where someone said, well, why don't you just do a printed book? Those are better anyway. Or it was along the lines of, yeah, it's okay, but you know what? It can be better. And I think the thing is you gotta know that that's going to happen. A great quote is, and I might have said this one before, 1/3 of the people are going to love you. 1/3 of the people are going to not like you. 1/3 of the people are going to just be indifferent and not care. So what you got to do is find those people that love you and embrace them and just take everything that they're saying about you and about your work, not to cloud the realness of it all, but to make sure that you're also at a place to where you're receiving positive feedback, because that's how we progress. That's how we move forward in our lives and accomplish the goals that we set out for ourselves. So just getting back to, the point that I was trying to make, it just took one not so nice comment to kind of stop me from wanting to publish and wanting to write other things. Wanting to basically, publish other things. Because I wrote some more. So that never stopped. But I think I was afraid to put myself out there. And then I get to a point where I'm like, you know what? I don't necessarily write for other people in a sense. I write for myself because divine downloads, and that's the name of one of my books. I'll explain to you here later on, but I write because I feel like divine information is downloaded into my consciousness, and it's my duty to allow it to give it to other people. And that excites me. That wakes me up in the morning to know that I can share something and change somebody's life in such a way that it moves them further along the path that they've chosen to be on. And that alone became my motivation. That alone became enough for me to say, you know what? I've got all this great stuff, all this great material, like it was taking up space on my computer. And I'm like, all these great things that I have, I can give this to people. I can offer it to people and basically transform their minds, transform their bodies, transform their souls, their spirits, whatever it may be, without any shadow of a doubt, because I know that I've written this stuff in a place that's linked to my higher self. So, point being, don't refuse. If you know that you have something to offer to this earth, if you know that you have something to offer, and I get to performers. And I was talking to one of my actors the other day, and, you know, he's in a place where he feels like, you know what, I should be further along than where I'm at. I'm in my 30s. You know, I figure I just should have been at a more aggrandized place than I am right now. And so it almost got him to the place where he figured, well, you know what? And this is something that was dangerous to me a long time ago. You get to a place as an actor where you accomplish so much so fast, and you start deciding what jobs you want to take and what jobs you don't want to take. And I told him, you know, as a friend, as a mentor, as a teacher, never feel like you're too good to work on your craft. You know, now when you get to a place to where you're consistently working and you're consistently, you know, being called in to do certain shows, then you can kind of give up independent films and theater and stuff like that. But until that time happens, this is your passion. This is your life power, your motivation. If somebody offers you the opportunity to do it, I always call like community theater and like student films and films that don't pay you, that's like free acting class. You get a chance to work on your craft, not only work on it, but you get a chance to work on it with other people, and you receive the footage afterwards to add to your resume. And how awesome is that? Like when we think about that, how great is that to like be able to do something you love for a few hours at a time, to indulge in the experience, to just come alive and do what your soul calls to. That's how you got to look at it. And a lot of this stuff is just change perspective. At the end of the day, if we would only change our perspective on how we see things, we will find that we'll come out so much better for it. And we'll find that we'll try just about everything. And so, you know, with one of my clients and my students, I'm like, you know, don't be afraid to try things, because what happens is when you try new things, or even when you take a new look at something old, your creativity starts to shine itself through. And then you also find that you learn lessons that you didn't see the last time before. So there's so much available. There's so much out there for you to grasp when you say, you know what, I'm going to have an open mind. I'm going to do what calls to my heart. If I make a mistake, so what? It's not a problem. We all make mistakes. But at the same time, at least I know that I tried. And that's been my mantra this year, is understanding that I tried. You know, I gave it my all. I gave it my very best. I went in without a doubt knowing that I was going to be successful. If it didn't work out, you know what? There's a lesson for me to learn, to be able to pull my slingshot back and get ready to come in there again. So if I can come in with that attitude, if I can come in with that perspective, then nothing stops me from moving into a place to where I'm always open to opportunities. I'm always open to finding ways to get better. I am not cutting off or showing resistance to things that are basically sent from the universe to help me out, to help me to be more of who I was called to be. And so that becomes such an awesomely fantastic thing for each and everybody to experience, not only actors, but also people in any other situation. So you have to make it a point. You have to make it a priority not to be stopped by anything, not to be stopped by anything. And so let's give you a scenario here. And this is when I really tell you, let nothing hold you back. Here's a scenario. Somebody, let's say a casting director, calls you. They just got a film that they're casting, and it's a feature film, motion picture, big ordeal, whatever. And they want you to come in to not only be a stand-in, but to be a featured extra. And truth of the matter is, you've shot 4 or 5 TV shows over the past year. You've done so much work. You've just had your best year career-wise in a long time. First thing you can do is say, you know what? I'm kind of like overdoing featured extra stand-in work. I think I'm going to pass on this one. Or you can say this. Now, ultimately, I don't really want to do featured or stand-in work, but this is a big movie. This is a big film. There's potential connections for me. There's potential relationships that I can build with people. There's also me getting exposure to big-time actors to see if there's anything I can pick up from them. This is a great opportunity, and I get paid to basically stand around. And not only that, what happens if I do such a great job, the director asks me to do another role or to be bumped to a principal? So what I'm saying is you never know. Don't just cross out an opportunity because of what it looks like from a physical perspective. You may start to feel something on the inside that tells you, I need to take this job. And if that's the case, then that is a reason from your higher self, from your divine self telling you that an opportunity is going to unfold if you take advantage of this. And that is what it means to not hold back. Just go after it, whatever, no matter what it is. If it's anything in relation to what you want to do in this lifetime towards your purpose, go at it, take it. Once again, don't hold back. Guys, happy Saturday to you. It's been a pleasure as always. Now, about this book thing, I have just self-published 2 books on iBooks, which means you can read them just about anywhere off your iPhone or your iPad or even online if you so decide. But anyway, these are really near and dear to my heart. One is called Divine Downloads, Inspiration for Each Day. Basically, what I've done is I set a time where I woke up at 3:30 every single morning for 47 straight days. In each of those mornings, I decided that I was going to write something to inspire, divinely inspired. I was going to write something to just motivate, to move people, to encourage them and empower them every single day. And I did that for 47 straight days. So in this book, you'll get 47 straight chapters of inspiration and lessons that you can use and share with others. It's only $2.99 on iTunes. Once again, it's called Divine Downloads, Inspiration for Each Day by Sean Grant. Guys, pick that up. It makes for a great gift. $2.99. I mean, that's how much you can get a coffee or a tea for. So something that's truly valuable, I know because I wrote it. Don't miss out on things that you can learn that can help you to further your life. And the other one is called Play, Love, Prosper. This one here is a bit longer. And it's, once again, 44 chapters of inspiration in every area of your life, helping you career-wise, relationship-wise, physically, all those great things. And it gives you action steps at the end of every chapter to help you to step into the practicality of executing what you just learned. And so, I mean, this is just amazing. But these can be found on iBooks, so don't hesitate. That one is only $6.99. Do yourself a favor. Get some stuff that you know that's going to help you along, that's going to further your process and help you to become greater in 2017. With that being said, guys, thank you so much once again for joining me. Pick up a copy of those books. Other than that, great. Good luck on your auditions today if you have them. And I will talk to you soon. It's been a pleasure. Take care.